Hey, Ilford, good job. I really didn't see that one coming. You get a high five. All right, so first things first, I am so excited about this. This is amazing news, but this is not a review of any kind. I have never shot Ortho Plus before, so I have zero experience. There are so many more photographers out there who have way more experience and are way more qualified to give an actual review. They're probably preparing their reviews as we speak. Who knows? There's also a lot of large format photographers who have been using the film for years. So again, I tend to refer to them for more review over the film. This is literally just a first time experience kind of video, and I'm taking you all along with me. Today, I am going to be shooting this film at box speed, ISO 80, because I'm going to be shooting it completely outdoors. And I'm going to be developing it in XTOL. Now, why XTOL, you ask? Well, the short answer is that it's the only developer I have at home. The longer answer is that in the summers I work on a farm, and so I live in my trailer, and then in the winter I live in the city in a tiny apartment, so space is very precious to me. I don't have a lot of it. So already with all the other darkroom chemicals and the disposal jugs, takes up a lot of room. So I had to narrow it down into choosing one developer, and I chose XTOL. I do have experience with lots of other developers, but XTOL seems to be pretty much widely available. A lot of local film labs use XTOL, and it's just such a versatile developer. I can use it for pretty much all of my negatives. So that's why I'm going to develop this in XTOL today. So Ilford have provided us with some development information in each box, but there's nothing on XTOL. And after doing a quick internet search, I realized that there's just no data that exists whatsoever. But I did find that a lot of large format photographers like to develop ortho in XTOL. And they say that it reacts relatively similarly to FP4. So I've decided to use that film as my basis for figuring out my data for today. Now, if we take FP4 in ID11 or D76, both of those have the same development times per dilution. At stock 1+1 or 1+3, we can see the development profile. And there is data that exists for ortho in both of those developers. And we can see that the curve is a little shallower than FP4 at the same dilutions. So if I take that logic and apply it to XTOL, I can see that FP4 and XTOL compared to FP4 and ID11 also has a shallower curve. So I'm going to make the assumption that it would be the same with ortho. And that's how I came up with my development times. Now, today I'm going to be developing this in a dilution of 1+1, which gives me 9.5 minutes as a development time. I've chosen that because I develop most of my stuff at 1+1 dilution, so I'm very comfortable with it, but also because I find that at stock and 7.75 minutes just doesn't give me much room to work with. It makes my margin of error a little bit more narrow, whereas 9.5 minutes gives me a little bit more breathing space. So all of the images that you're going to see today are developed in XTOL at 1+1 for 9.5 minutes at 68 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 degrees Celsius. All right, enough with my yammering. Let's get on with this. I am so excited to shoot this film. So I have my Mamiya RB67 loaded up and ready to go. That camera is one of my favorites and it's my workhorse. So it was just the obvious choice to use with ortho today. I have it already set up in front of my first shot, which is going to be one of this old shed here. This shed has a particular interest for me, but it's also probably the only color we're going to see today that isn't blue or white. As you've probably noticed, winter has already set in here in Canada. It's mid-November. Usually this time of year, it snows, melts, but this year it decided to snow and stick around. So I guess this is probably our forever snow. But that's okay. It's a beautiful sunny day. There's not a cloud in the sky, so I should have relatively stable light all day, which is really good. And I'm just really excited to see how all this is going to play out. So I'm going to take my first shot and then take a little walk around, see what else I can find. Okay, so we just took a little drive around on some of the country roads. We went to check out some of the neighboring farms because when I'm here in the summer, I do like to go and visit and take photos of some of the old houses or old barns or sheds or whatnot. And I'm almost never here in the winter, so I really wanted to see what they looked like surrounded by snow. I'm really excited about some of those nice little country scenes. I'm really hoping that this film turns out. You have no idea. But for now, the sun seems to be setting a little bit already. I guess it's time change. I'm not used to that yet. But we have some really nice little yellow golden light. So I'm really hoping that that also renders really nicely on the film. We're gonna take a little bit of a walk around on the farm and see what we can get. right, so I've got my last shot set up here. I have a nice farmscape set up in my viewfinder, and I'm excited to see what this is all going to give me at the end. I have absolutely no idea what any of these images are going to look like. I can't even visualize. I've never shot the film, so I have no clue, but I am definitely excited to see what kind of results I'm going to get. I'm definitely going to be experimenting more with this film. I'm really hoping it's going to be sticking around for a while, and I'd like to fine-tune my developing technique with it. Maybe I already have the solution, who knows? But I will definitely be shooting more of this. I might not shoot another video about this film, but if you are interested in any of my results, I will post them on my Instagram page, and I'll leave you a link to that below. I will also probably write up a little bit about my thoughts on the film with the images, so if you're interested at all, go and check it out. And if you have any results that you would like to share with me, I would love to see your work, so leave me links to your work in the comments below, and then I can go and check that out. I would love to do that. Let's find a solution to this XTOL ortho problem altogether. Right now, it is freezing cold. It's the end of the day, so I'm going to get this shot so that I can get back inside. But I had a great time shooting this video. I hope you all really enjoyed it. I hope you like the images, and I'll see you in the next video. He doesn't want us to be here.